Who was that?
Ooh, that was Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, well done. Did it sound like it? Was that really bad?
It did. You did. No, it sounded exactly like it because that's what I got. Well, hello, puppets.
Oh, yours is so much better. Oh, spewing. Oh, hello.
Well,
I'm
okay, 'cause
Angie.
you're hot.
No, I'm the funny one. No, I'm the funny one. No, but you're hot. Yeah, but I'm also hot. If you don't know
also
what that
hot
is,
and
that's a
funny.
throwback from Gogglebox. Actually, we'll repost that on our socials. That was a good one.
Yes.
Good times.
That was a good one. And talking of throwbacks, last episode we were talking about chicken, and I said chukas, and I said, don't even worry about it because I'm going to cook you a real nice dinner. And if you haven't watched, I mean, a lot of people have seen it, especially in this country. We're going to tell you what that comes from. When Angie and I were living together, we used to, I think I just started saying that to you, but it came from something.
Yeah, like
don't
if I
worry
had a
about it.
bad
Like when
day
Angie,
or something,
yeah.
you'd be like, don't worry, doll, because you know what? I'm going to cook you a real nice dinner.
Real nice dinner. And you thought it was really funny, even though you didn't know the background of it. So it comes when you tell someone something really, really awful, like, or really like, you know, dramatic. It's like, well, don't worry about it because I'm going to cook you a real nice dinner. And what it comes from is fast forward when they used to take off Home and Away, and Magda's character.
It's so good.
It's so good. Her character, because they just used to, like, this one character used to sit at the diner on a stool, and his name was Craig, and he never spoke in the skit, but Jane Turner, you know, Kath and Kim, so she's Kath. Her character used to be Bobby, who was from the original Home and Away, and she comes in and goes, "Oh no, Bob's dead," or someone's dead, right? And Magda's character goes, "Oh, well, don't worry about it because I'm going to cook you a real nice dinner."
Here you go, Craig. 1 double chopped milkshake. And Craig, your mum's dead.
Don't worry, mate, because guess what? I'm going to cook you a really nice tea tonight.
It's so iconic. You know what?
It's so iconic.
We're going to treat you, and we're going to pop that on our social medias as well. You're bloody welcome.
Yeah. And the next time someone tells you some really bad news, just say to them, well, don't worry about it, mate, because you know what? I'm going to cook you a real nice dinner.
And then just get them some like KFC or something.
Yes, that is a real nice dinner.
Pick your poison.
But you haven't cooked it.
No, but you can pretend that you cooked it.
We're doing we put out to the peeps, didn't we? We put things out to the peeps.
The Genpo.
We put a little box, not our box, not
Gen
our
Pop.
boxes. We put a little Gen Pop box up, and we said, "Ask us anything." We said, "Ask us anything." We said, "What?"
So
you know what we said?
We
says to them. We says,
I says,
"Ask us
babe."
anything."
I said, babe, ask us anything.
What you what?
No, you didn't,
You what?
babe. Babe, you did
Oh,
not say
you.
that. I
You're
did,
not going
babe.
to believe what I said.
What
Did
did
you
you
say it?
I did, babe. I said to them,
What
I
did you
says,
say?
you can
What?
ask us anything.
What are you like? It's classic.
We are mental.
Mental.
I ain't told you, have I?
You ain't said nothing.
This is quality.
All right, so if you don't know what that is, again, where the f*** have you been living? Catherine Tate,
Yes,
grow up.
Catherine Tate.
So we did.
Come
we actually
on.
we popped it up, and I'm going to ask the first question because it's very. I really want to know the answer to this too. Actually, so Yvie Jones, this one's for you. How is Yvie going on the dating apps? Have you been approved for Raya/Raya yet? Whatever the f*** it's
I
called.
don't know.
Oh, she's given
No,
up.
I'm not on the apps at all. But you know what? I'm going to look up Raya and see if I've been approved.
This is live,
Yet.
people. This is coming
This
at
is live.
you live. Let's see what. No,
is
you would have got an
happening.
email.
It's been so long. No, I wouldn't because I don't get notifications for anything. It's been so long that I don't have the app on my phone anymore. So it's just downloading. Just talk amongst yourselves for a minute while this
so
downloads.
okay.
And then I'll open it up again. So it may be there. I may have an approval. And
Approval?
what would I do with the approval?
Well, that's
if
what we
I
can
have
talk
the
about.
approval?
I think you should go on it.
Open. Here
have
it
to pay,
comes, here
though.
it comes. Do ya?
Not ideal.
That's shite.
That should be
That is
cancelled.
shanked. Verification code, done. Going in. Confirmation successful. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, we've received your application and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Well, I'd say that is a no. I have not been approved by Raya yet. Raya, whatever the you call, you can get.
Who cares? Yeah, they can
And
actually.
when you get you can keep on off.
Yeah, you know what? You have to pay Yvie to be on it.
Yeah, you pay me, bitches. You would be so lucky to have me on your little application.
Exactly.
So that's a negative. Next question. And no, I don't want to do apps. I really am not interested. I was thinking about someone in my bed last night, apart from my babies, and I was like, I don't want to be with.
Did it make you feel spewy? Yeah, but you don't have to sleep in the same bed as someone. You might just want to go out on nice little dates,
Yeah.
like little meals, a non-alcoholic beverage, a fake ciggy of sorts.
Okay, you know what actually made me think about it? You. And I just want to say that I was looking at a story the other day of the person that you're dating, and on the TV was football. And I was like, what would I do if I started dating someone and they
loved
wanted
football.
to watch the footy all the time? I'd be like, get out of my house. I'm
I
getting
just
out
play
of your
on my
house.
phone or play with the dogs or cats or fall asleep sometimes.
Yeah, see, that's an actual
Fear.
deal breaker for me because I grew up in a house, which you did as well. A lot of people
Yeah.
have. But for me, that sound of the commentary, like Ray
triggers
Warren
you.
commentary, it triggers
Fair
me
enough.
badly. So, because all I ever wanted to do was watch Young Talent Time when we used to have to watch the rugby league.
But you know, there's these really amazing things called AirPods, and you just pop them in your ears and you just watch whatever the you want, and it's gravy,
Well,
baby.
you know what is even better? Another television in another room. And
Yeah.
yes, we can have that now, but it's the triggering. It's the past of not having a second television.
I'm not gonna take that from you. If that's the path that you want to continue down, and it's another excuse to not date, then so be it.
Excuse. It's a reason, actually. Thank you very much.
Okay.
But no, yeah, it does make me think that I just don't want to date because I've realised
Yes.
I am a grumpy old c***. Isn't that fun? Isn't that nice?
Well, at least you're honest.
That's the reason. I'm just a grumpy old woman now.
And it'd be such a shame because, like,
Sounds about it.
you'd only probably date men, and they'd just get on your nerve even more, and you'd have no patience.
And that's why I haven't dated anyone for 28,000 years.
Yeah,
Because they
I
just-
don't blame
I
you.
don't like them.
I feel so sad that I wish that you could be interested more so in queer people because I feel like you'd have fun just going on dates. They don't have to be in your space all the time. Although,
Exactly, me too.
depends what type of person.
choose. Yeah, but you
some
can't choose
people-
who you're attracted to.
I know, you
Can
really
ya?
can't. Nah, you're born that way. Anyway, sad one. So, do you prefer Scottish?
Whether you're gay, straight or bi,
or-
I was born this
Born
way.
Very
Okay,
good.
next. Sorry.
Do you prefer Scottish or Irish accents? Can you attempt either? Evie's very good at both of them.
I can. I
girl.
can do them. You will be doing the attempting. Evie will be doing the doing. But the question is, which one do you prefer? So, this is an English accent.
Yeah.
Angie, which one do you prefer?
I don't, like, as humans or accents? Oh, accents. They said accents. Sorry. Scottish.
Humans.
Scottish.
Yeah, look.
I like Scottish. The accent cracks me up. Scottish. That's the only thing I can say.
Can
in
you do a little Scottish for me?
Scottish. I just did.
Is that your Scottish?
Yeah. Give me a sentence.
All right. I'm going to give you a little...
But you have to do it first
see-
so I can copy you.
Yeah. I'm going to give you a little sentence of how you get into your Scottish
Oh,
accent.
I know how to do it. Space Ghettos.
Okay, go.
Space Ghettos.
Very good. Very good. No, but that's not the one I was going to say. You want to say it's a bright night tonight, isn't it? All right? But you want to say it like this. It's a great night tonight, isn't it? Hoot man.
It's a bright night tonight, isn't it? Hoot man. Was that really bad?
Yeah, no,
Okay,
really
wait.
good.
Back. Space
It's a
Girls.
great night tonight.
It's a great night tonight.
Girls.
Space Girls is
Isn't
just
it?
the go-to. So that's, you're saying,
Yeah.
how does an American say Spice Girls? No,
Yeah.
no.
No, you say space ghettos in an American accent.
And that's how you say, that's how Scottish say Spice Girls. Spice Girls.
Yeah,
Space
Space
Girls.
Girls.
Space Girls.
Space
Anyway.
ghettos.
Can you attempt? Okay, now do
Space
your
ghettos.
Irish. Oh, I can do Irish. You got any
Go on.
Irish in you? And then you say no. Say no.
No.
Would you like? Would you like some? Yes.
Sounds like the in-betweeners. Were they Irish?
No, they were English. Oh shit! It's so bad.
love
Now
it,
you do
man.
yours. You're so good at them.
My Irish. I love the Irish because they're so lovely and lilted, and it's just a nice accent to have. But they also have the Belfast accent, which is different. No, that's not it. Belfast is Northern Ireland.
Like mammy.
It's a hard one.
Is that the
No,
mammies?
that's a Dublin. That's the
That's
Dublin,
Dublin.
one. That's Ireland. Then you've got Northern Ireland, which is still a part of the UK. So
you can do
and
one.
the Belfast accents really, they put in an extra consonant in, an extra consonant in their words. Like, do you attempt it either?
I like it.
It's attempt, and I love it too. I think it's just, well, it's adorable, isn't it? Nice. It's lovely. It's lovely. Now I'll do a Scotsman. Hello, my name's Wee Willie.
Wee Willie. You know
Wee
what
Willie.
Scottish reminds me of?
That's a good
Shrek.
one. Yeah, Shrek or Wee Willie from Simpsons.
Yeah, Willie.
The-
Or the chooks from Chicken. No. I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy. No, that's Irish.
No, that's Liverpool.
Oh,
It's Northern England.
okay, let's
There's
go.
so many
Next
accents.
question.
Let's move on to the next question, please.
Oh, God. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Can you
I'm a
please?
chicken.
This one's for you. Actually, the last three have kind of been for you. When am I going to get my chance at slaying?
Next.
Can you please take? Can you please talk on menopause and anxiety, or menopause anxiety together?
Yeah,
actually.
well, it's a real thing, and I've had a few DMs in the past about this kind of thing because I do talk about the menopause on my
TikTok,
socials.
Instagrams.
On my Instagrams because I am going through the menopause. I'm going through the peri-menopause, which is pre-menopause, because menopause only really lasts for a day, like it's done. So you're leading up to menopause, and then you're done, and you have no period anymore. But you've got to wait your 12 months, and then 12 months from the
So you're
last
still
period
getting
you
your
had,
period?
That's the menopause. Yes, still getting my period. I have So when I started to go into perimenopause, the symptoms started to creep up slowly, and they included like dryness, irritability, anxiety, really dreadful periods, really bad PMS, and forgetfulness. That was funny because I forgot the last one.
That was so timely.
So it's weird that this particular listener wants to know just about, not weird, you're not a bad person, that you just want to know about the anxiety, but it is a real thing. And you know what? I never had anxiety. I never experienced real anxiety until I got perimenopause.
You were more
So
depression,
it is a really,
not anxiety.
That's right. I was more of a sad sack, and still am a sad sack, as depression is. But yeah, the anxiety never had attacks. Like now I get the 3 a.m. wake ups with a really weird beating heart, hot flushes, all of these things that, I now take a few things for, which you should talk to your GP about, because I am no expert. But the anxiety, I wasn't sure, and my GP wasn't sure either. Is it perimenopause? Is it post-lockdown? Or is it long COVID?
All of
They all kind of
yeah.
presented the same.
All
So
of the
what we did
above.
was we just attacked everything. For me, and this is just what I did and it has worked, is I got my progesterone put in me through a marina, and it's worked brilliantly. Like, thank God, game changer. Thank you for whoever invented it. So there's my progesterone that's being put into my body because that's gone. And I had to then get some estrogen because that's gone. So I've got these two hormones, huge difference. And if I do now still, also I take something called Vitex, which is a chaste berry. It comes from a tree and it's specifically for women over 45, and it really is quite an amazing thing, and you can take it with medicines. So, some things you can't take natural and medicinal. You're not allowed to really
can't
put them
mix.
together. Yeah, this one you can, and you can take it for the rest of your life, and it really makes a huge difference for feeling better. But if I do have an anxiety attack now, what I find is I just take a Valium, and that's very rare, but it just calms me down enough to calm me down for the rest of the time. Then I can calm myself down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
What do you
I
think
think
about
that's
that?
all very good tips. And I think that it's important for everybody to know that everybody's body is different and to definitely get a women's health professional, not just a GP.
Yes.
But we've already
And
spoken about that before.
works for me may not work for you. So
Exactly.
don't do what I do. Go and talk to your doctor, and you can tell
Yeah.
them what I do. And if it works for you, fantastic. If it doesn't, keep trying.
Keep trying. And a lot
trying.
of doctors
Never
don't
give
hand
up
out
on
the
yourself.
vowels these days. It's very hard to get onto.
Yeah, that's really...
Which is ridiculous
really
because if you
annoying.
use them appropriately, they're a game changer.
Yeah.
If you smash them every
Yeah.
day, then no. But again, we don't need to
and
talk
they
about
don't
that.
really work if you smash them every day, they
No.
said. I have never tried it, but my doctor always says he can see exactly the last time I asked for a subscription to that magazine.
I
called
subscribe to the
Valium.
Valium.
And he's like, it's been ages. So, yeah, you're using them properly,
Yeah.
like, obviously, when you
My
need
GP
them.
does that too. She'll be like, you haven't asked for these for ages, so you're fine. But yeah, if you're asking, then you probably do have a little bit of an issue with them and you should probably maybe get onto CBD. Look, go chat to your professional.
Yeah, that was the other thing that I started. I went to a proper practitioner through Medicare, got a rebate, everything. I got CBD oil. I got night and a day. But that's mostly for my back pain.
Yeah.
But it really
It
helps
is
with
good for
anxiety
menopause
as well.
and
So,
stuff. Yeah. There you go. Well done, you.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Any feet fetish or fetish stories in general?
You know what?
Angie?
I know who this
Have
person
you been
is.
with anyone with a...
This person has been writing me foot stuff. No, I don't know who they are. I just know the account.
Oh, okay.
And they've been
Okay.
they've been talking about my feet since Gogglebox.
Oh, who wouldn't though? Have you seen your
They're
little trotters?
trotters. They're dead set trotters. They're
That's the
hooves
fetish.
even.
Yeah, that's the fetish. You've got a proper ugly foot. One foot, that's ugly.
I mostly
The other
wear
foot's
socks.
just lovely.
Yeah, it's a sad one. So I don't know why they get off on
Your
it.
feet are fine. You've got one little manky toe that sits on top of your fourth toe, which is brilliant.
And then
I
the
mean,
gap
clever as far
between-
as I'm concerned.
Hitching a ride.
Yeah.
And then the gap between the big
like
toe
a
and the
thigh
second toe. Yeah, it's like a thigh. It's a lot. I wish I had that gap for my thighs and not my toes. I'm just saying. So no, have you been with anyone with fetish/kink? No. And how do you work with / around it? No. But to each their own.
Yeah, that's right. I don't have one, but I was with a guy that had one, and his was to spank my bum while having sex. And it was to see the wobble.
Oh, yeah, like to watch like the skin and the fat wobble.
The skin
I
and
think
the
that's
fat
hot.
wobble. And well,
you
yeah,
see
it
the
is
meat and
now.
you're just
But you know
grabbing
what? I was
onto it.
21. Yeah, I was 21 at the time, and it sent me into I need to lose weight mindset, which was such a waste because, God, now if that happened, I'd be like, yeah, grab it harder, don't smack it hard, please don't smack it hard, but yeah, get the wobble going. And it's such a shame that it was such a wasted opportunity. Side note, interesting probably is that he was an African American.
Oh, they do love more
they
meat.
really liked.
Well, not all of them.
he
That's actually
really
very
liked.
stereotypical, isn't it? But from what I've been told in my travels and the men I have dated that are African American or African, they do prefer more meats.
Yeah, more meat. It was the one thing he'd say to me, "You are so hot." He was like, "And I love how big you are, but you've got no bum, you've got no booty." He said, "You need a booty." I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry,
Well, look,
I can't grow one.
We can't be
BBLs
perfect.
weren't around." Yeah, just grab it
and also
just shut
way
up.
to just like talk about the things I don't have. Why not focus on the things I do have?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God, this one. How do I not
It's a
man
hard one
hate
for us, isn't it?
as a married to a man mum with
a man.
3 boys? It just keeps getting worse and worse. You're married to a man. You've got 3 boys.
3 boys. Doesn't mean they're manly boys either.
How do I not man hate? Look,
Does it?
no, it doesn't. And they might not always want to be boys. But that's a tough one because it is really hard to get yourself out of a headspace of constantly thinking terribly of men because we do have to coexist with them. And not all men are bad. And you know what? I've been told in my lifetime before this one, we've been so many other people. So in our past, we were probably men too. So we're kind of hating little parts of ourselves. So when I go to hate on men really hard, I have to remember in one of my other lives, I was probably a man I hated. So I'm trying to be a little bit nicer to that side of me.
Good, because I don't think it's the men that we're hating. It's patriarchy is what we're actually hating.
And it's toxic masculinity.
Yeah, toxic masculinity. It really affects men as much as it affects women. So it's not a man-hating term as far as I'm concerned. My answer to that is raise your boys like you would raise girls.
Yeah.
Make no difference. Like give them the opportunities that you would give girls, even though that seems to be a lot less in the patriarchy. And that's kind of my point. Take the patriarchy out of it. Teach your boys how to respect women. Teach your boys how to do household chores and domestic labour. Make sure that they understand women, that they understand the sex of a woman, how to make a woman feel pleasurable and, you know, have those conversations with boys that isn't ashamed, that isn't shaming, that isn't, you know, embarrassing.
And get them to learn about women's bodies too straight away. Yeah. As soon as they start going through puberty, they need to learn what girls go through when they go through puberty.
Talk about it. Yeah, exactly.
Talk about
you
things.
may have 3 sons, but that doesn't mean that they don't have to know what a period is. That doesn't mean that in your household they don't get to know things that is happening to your body or happen to your body at their age as they're growing.
Yeah.
It's incredibly not important. It's incredibly uplifting, liberating for a young man to know so much knowledge about women and AFAB people. As far as your husband goes, he's a grown man, so he's done most of his learning. But if he hasn't, and if he doesn't agree with this kind of raising of your boys, or if he doesn't do anything around the house, as I've always said, leave them. Because you can't teach a grown man something that you are teaching children. You are not his mother. If he's not up into all of this kind of thing and raising young feminists in your 3 sons, then you're never going to turn him into one. So that's something that you need to reassess, in my opinion, about your relationship and with him.
Yeah. Go off, Queen. Well, maybe suggest therapy first, but if not, sure, just leave him.
Couples therapy. Start with that until the therapist goes, you need to leave here.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a real tough one when kids are involved. But still, you can do life without him if that's an option. Okay, this is a good one. Who's the biggest asshole celebrity you've both ever met, or you don't want to name but tell the story? It's a good one, but I didn't have time to prepare earlier.
Well, I've got one. Her name's Angie Kent. She's
a real twat. The biggest asshole, everybody I've worked with on all the shows, which there's been a lot, they've all been, especially the men, surprisingly, have been really lovely.
Yeah, me too.
Women I always get along with women, so there's no surprise there. Somebody that's... There was one person, but I do think that's kind of like her shtick. She was like, I was on like a talk show as a guest, and she kept really kind of focusing on certain parts of me that she projected about me. And I always get this weird kind of like power balance energy when she's around. But I just think it's like her presence. I think she's got a lot of masculine energy, which intimidates me. So that could be my own thing. But I still, because I just feel like some women get intimidated too that you're going to come in and, you know, steal their gig. But other than that, no. And the only other person is the person we've spoken about in the jungle that I don't want to talk about him because he slid into my DMs the other week and started to abuse me. So suck my dick.
Doesn't slide into my DMs, and I'm the one who actually says the bad things about him.
Yeah,
But
I didn't
he's the
even
one.
say anything
He's the only
wrong.
one that's ever been an arsehole as far
I
as
just
I'm
sat there and
concerned, so
pretty
I'm not saying
much
his name.
listened to you, and yet I copped the abuse.
Yeah.
How about you grow
'Cause he's a
up
coward.
and go to Yvie, the one you really have a problem with, if you're listening, because you say that you listen to us and we're talking about you. I didn't say one word about you, homeboy. So tell your story walking.
You tell your story to me and see how that stacks up.
Yeah.
Because you know exactly what would happen. If
Exactly.
You did.
I didn't even
who's
respond.
Who's the most famous contact in your phone?
Oh, God, I don't know.
I think Tina Arena.
No, yours would be Celeste Barber.
Yeah, I guess she is the most famous now. Yeah, Celeste.
And Tina
Or maybe
Arena,
her
that's
husband.
That's a big one. Yeah, hot husband.
Yeah. Natalie Imbruglia.
Oh, that's
I
a
don't know
pretty
if
big
she'd be
one.
more famous.
Yeah, she's pretty, not more famous than Celeste.
No,
Surely.
Celeste is it then.
Mine
Celeste
would be
is
like
best.
Julia Morris, if her number's still the same. Osher. I don't think I have his anymore though.
Oh.
No, I do. I'd still have Osher's. Yeah, probably Julia and Osher.
Okay, that's pretty good. And you've got mine.
I've got yours, girlfriend. I got yours, doll.
What would your dream job be?
I'm doing it. Nah. I would love to be Australia's version of Louis Theroux, where I could go around and I could interview people who have a real story and go into jails, and people could send me to like Uganda and I could like live with the gorillas. That would be my dream job. What's
That would
yours?
be a bloody good job. To be an actress.
Well, you
Always
kind
has
of
been,
already-
always will be.
You kind of already
Getting
do
there.
that.
No, like to have it as my career.
Oh, you're
That's my
full-time.
career. Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
career.
Well,
That's
you're-
always been my dream. Ever since I was like before pre-K.
Yeah. And look, you've already dabbled off and
I'm
on,
getting there.
so
I'm
you're
getting
getting
there.
there, sister.
I'm
you
getting
are getting
there,
there.
so.
Manifest that shit.
Do either of you want kids still?
yes.
Next.
What do they
would
mean
you
by
adopt?
still? I'm only 33, people.
Yeah. She just looks old.
I just
people.
look
No,
old.
she just sounds old. Would you adopt? Well, no, I wouldn't, because you can't adopt in this country easily, and I'm too old. And Angie is single, and she's not allowed to adopt either. We have absolutely ridiculous laws as far as adoption goes. So, but if it was,
I would
fostering,
adopt.
however you can foster, pretty much anyone can foster. So
Yeah, definitely.
that?
I would do any of them. I'd foster, I'd adopt, I'd try to have my own. I only want to have one of my own. I don't really think I need to have more than one. I think it's really like greedy. No offense to people, don't at me.
me too.
And I'd rather like adopt the rest. But if you want to have heaps of kids, good on you. I just think there's lots of children out there that need parents. But I would like to have one of my own because I want to know what it's like to like, you know, hold the baby in my little tummy and then birth it out and my little vag.
Yeah.
Just the experience, you know?
Well, that's nice.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
nice,
I just want to stay with my dogs. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's your babies. Who's the most famous person to ever slide into? Oh, that's tough. I don't know.
I don't think anyone has ever slid into my DMs that's really famous. The most famous, Tina Arena.
Tina
Celeste
Arena.
Barber.
I'm sure there's been someone where or if they write back to me, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't think they'd write back to me. But slide into my DMs? No, probably just respond.
Oh, yeah, sliding. Yeah.
I don't think I've had anyone that I'm like, unless I'm forgetting, and if I am forgetting, soz. But like, no, sorry, I'm not that
Isn't it
cool.
funny how we always think overseas people, like Americans, are the most
Yeah.
famous?
I
It's
was
kinda
trying
where
to
my
think.
head went.
And I was like, no.
How do you deal with trolls? That's a really great question, actually. I don't really get
haters
trolls,
are my
but
biggest motivators.
haters. I like it. See what she did there?
Haters are my biggest motivators.
That's a weird flex, but I like it.
No, I don't.
Let them motivate
They're not.
you.
They don't. They don't live rent free in this noggin. We don't really get trolls.
No, we don't. We don't get trolls. They're not. Although if we do,
We just troll.
We deal with it. We troll them back. We name and shame. We put them up, or we just
Yeah.
give them a really hard time on the.
If they're
Can
men,
I just say our
I name and shame. But if they're women, I say,
Yes.
I feel really sad. I hope you're okay. And then I just don't respond again.
Yeah, no, I don't care who you are. If you're a troll, I don't care what's between your legs. Depending on my mood, depends on whether I'm going to screenshot and show all of my listeners how much of an asshole you are.
Yeah,
so
I love that.
Sometimes
It's
I
so
just
petty,
delete.
isn't it?
Yeah,
A lot of the time I just delete. But if I'm feeling
Yeah,
petty and the PMDD is on fleek,
Yeah, it's in.
then I'm going to
Yes.
screenshot you and I'm going to post you to my stories and I'm going to block out
feels
your
good.
name.
Yeah, that it feels good. I love
does,
it. It's
just for
like,
that
don't be
mere
like
moment.
Don't be like Deborah.
Yeah, back off,
ones.
Deborah.
Yeah, look at Deborah. Don't be like Deborah, everyone. And everyone goes, oh, Deborah.
You're a
I love
Deb
it. Like
vibe.
Clementine
Deb.
Ford does great ones of that. Like, she screenshots
She does the
the
ones
men
about
and-
the men and where they
So
work
good.
and the
Who's
kids.
going to lose their job today?
Oh,
that
that's
was her
so
latest
funny.
one, which was just so brilliant.
She's great at that.
Yeah, but
okay.
ignoring is the best.
Yeah.
Probably because they really do want
They
that
want the
response.
attention.
And it is so nice not to do it.
One of my
not
other
to
favorite
give it.
petty bitch things to do is,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so bad, is like they'll write something to me and I'll write something back and I'll wait for them to go ... and then I'll block. Oh, it feels so good.
I do
'Cause
that
then they're just
too.
like, I wanted to
It's a
say that.
waiting game. Yeah.
Oh, it gets my juices
Oh, it's
flowing.
so good. We've talked about that before, and it's just this. Oh God, that felt good. It was like squeezing a zit or doing a shit. It was so good.
it's a
All
wrap.
right. Let's just do one last question because there's two. Let's just choose one because we've been going for a while now. Which one would you like? You choose those last two questions.
God.
Read one out.
Oh, gosh.
Please don't read out the last one because I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Okay. How do you make friends as an adult? Best tips.
Well, it's funny because I've made two really great new friends since moving to Melbourne, like adult friends that I would call now my best friends. I see them often. And I did one through mutual friend and just made an effort to catch up with that person and she made the effort back. So we just then became really great friends and we still are. We just talk regularly and it's really great. We catch up and we have lunch. We always have like a Chinese together and it's great. It's a really lovely friendship. And the other one was through me fangirling her and her always kind of commenting on my stories and things, and I just found that we were so similar in our humour and our morals that we just started to really chat about things. And then I said, let's go and have a coffee. And we did. And now we're best friends too. And we have been since. So her name's Heidi Arena, no relation to Tina. But she is an incredible actress. You would see Heidi and everyone knows Heidi, but you don't know her name. She's one of those Australian actresses that's everywhere in everything. She is one of the ensemble in, do you remember the show Thank God You're Here? And it's coming back.
Yes. I love
She
that
was
show.
one of the well, she's a great stage actress as well, and she's just one of those actors that for me I related to and I love her work. So I always noticed when she was in something, and she wrote a really great series which her and one of her best friends wrote, who is Nicola, who you used to be
I used to
nanny for.
I was just looking at photos of her.
So, yeah, Nicola and Heidi wrote a brilliant PI mum kind of detective series comedy, which I thought was brilliant. I only did one season, I think, or maybe even a pilot. I can't remember, but it was so funny. It didn't get picked up properly. It didn't go anywhere as fucking normal because, you know, two women in the lead in this country. Hello. But, yeah, she was my other one. And the other one that I was talking about that is Kirsty Weebeck, comedian, stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
So they are my two
Kirsty.
adult friends that I think you put the effort in. Say, let's catch up. And what are you doing again next week? Or can we do it again next month? Just as an adult, it's the same as a child. You're just not in the playground.
Put in the effort. See, I like my bed more than I like most people, so I don't try to make friends. I'm just kidding. I think it's the same. It's effort. It's putting yourself out there. But also, if like, I know it was the question, but if you've already got really good friends and you like your own company, then like go off, queen. Like sometimes making new friends can be hard work, but sometimes they can be magical. I've made really nice little mountain friends, and I've loved it because we have the same interests. And I just put myself out there and asked, you know. Anybody else want to do weird mountain shit with me?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's often if you've made that move. You know, my best friend Annie Potatoes, she moved to Castlemaine and she ended up like wanting to make friends, and she was like, I'm not really sure. But what she actually did was she volunteered for the Fringe Festival there, and she put herself into some really uncomfortable situations. In hindsight, we've spoken about that. She was like, God, it was really like you know, someone would go, do you want to come over to my house on Monday for Taco Monday? And she said, and I got there and there's like 12 people. I didn't know them. And I'm like, oh my God, this is really uncomfortable. She said, but I've ended up with this community now, these people. And I've ended up with some of the best friends I've ever had. And I'm like, that's how you do it. And that's the way you're doing.
It's so true. And also some of the most uncomfortable moments are the best moments. Like that's when you're pushing yourself to grow and go on adventures and don't let the monkey mind and ego bring you down. You go out and you carpe diem, bitches. Oh, God.
Yep. What she said.
All right, sweet angels of golden light.
So annoying. Wow. I literally just painted my nail and it just peeled straight off. That's annoying.
Is this an off-air
topic? That's an on-air because, you know, some people are going to relate to that. Just don't start eating. We haven't finished yet. What's going on? This place is going to the bananas. It's going to the dogs.
Oh, shit. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm having a snack and Evie's choking, and we just hope that you have the day that you deserve. Yeah.
Love ya. Bye.
I'm going to cook you a really nice tea tonight.